LeVar Burton is a veteran actor who's played a variety of roles and gathered an equally wide variety of fans along the way. Mo Rocca has a Sunday profile.
When you walk down the street and you see that somebody from a distance recognizes you, can you size them up and say, she's going to know me from
Reading Rainbow, Star Trek, Roots. Yeah.
There are three kinds of TV watchers. Those who first met LeVar Burton as Kunta Kinte in the landmark miniseries Roots.
Then we have to adjust the vector processor.
Those who came to know him for his role on Star Trek: The Next Generation. And those who grew up on Burton, watching him host PBS's Reading Rainbow.
What is television to you?
Simply the most powerful medium in the history of civilization for communicating thoughts, ideas, and stories.
Burton, whom we met before the pandemic, says it was his mentor.
Please won't you be my neighbor?
Children's TV giant and ordained Presbyterian minister Fred Rogers, who shaped his understanding of what television can do.
Hello, Henrietta.
He taught me that it was okay to use television as a ministry, that it was possible to enlighten while entertaining, that the two don't cancel each other out.
In fact, Burton originally planned to spend his life in religious ministry. When he was just 13, he entered the seminary in Sacramento, intending to become a Catholic priest.
Just the feeling of awe and reverence that being in a church, they're always really quiet environments. And the pomp and circumstance too, you know, it's theatrics.
But Burton eventually decided to pursue a career in the actual theater. And so his mother, an English teacher, took a second job waitressing in a nightclub to help her son through USC. During his sophomore year, he answered an open call for a television miniseries. It was his very first audition.
There was America before Roots and there was an America after Roots. And the America after Roots was aware that this nation was founded on a system that was brutal.
Roots, based on the Alex Haley novel, began with the kidnapping of a Mandinka tribesman played by Burton.
It was a big deal for us because finally our story was being told from our point of view. Right? The story of slavery in America had never been told from the point of view of the enslaved before.
It aired over 8 consecutive nights in January 1977.
1:30. 1:30, you'll give me 1:35, 1:35.
The reason why Roots was broadcast in 8 consecutive nights of programming was because the network was nervous that nobody would tune in.
But over 100 million Americans ended up watching.
Edward Asner, Lorne Green, John Amos.
Roots featured an all-star cast,
Earl Ives, Louis Gossett Jr. and introducing
but newcomer LeVar Burton became the face of it.
Those are the chains that I wore. Slavery still exists today. Mass incarcerations of young men of color, the relationship between the black community and law enforcement. All of these social issues are rooted in slavery. And America is still grappling with that.
With the massive success of Roots came celebrity for Burton.
Your washing machine,
Spots on game shows,
your dryer.
Really, it's great to have you here. It was a
talk shows,
super show, and I think you're well on your way probably to go any direction you want to go now.
Straight up, please.
Yeah.
I'd rather go for the win, but at the same time, I'd love to see Conrad in the drink.
Naturally, he served during the Battle of the Network Stars.
I love you, LeVar. I love you.
The opportunities immediately post-Roots were the opportunities of a celebrity.
Did you like the celebrity
I
aspect?
loved it. I loved it. I mean, I had joined the popular culture.
An avid science fiction fan, Burton in 1987 assumed the role of Geordi LaForge in Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Gene Roddenberry's vision was one that included me and people who looked like me. It meant that when the future comes, there's a place for you.
An inclusive vision, yes, but the character of Geordi was blind, and for most of the run, Burton performed with a visor covering his eyes.
And how do you act without your eyes?
That's what I had to figure out. I used my body, I used my voice.
How did this happen? I was born that way. And your parents let you live? What kind of question is that? Of course they let me live.
I really had to develop other ways of communicating everything that I wanted the audience to know about that character.
It's one of my favorite fables. The tortoise and the hare.
But his longest professional ride, over 20 seasons, has been as host of PBS's literacy program, Reading Rainbow.
Everything that I have done in the field of literacy is tribute to my mother.
Take a look, it's in a book.
As the son of an English teacher, to have been part of an effort to turn kids who know how to read into readers for life, it feels pretty good.
Please put your hands together for Mr. LeVar Burton.
When they were children,
Over the years, Burton's read for groups large
Rhino looked at his world, all tattered and torn,
and small,
that there are always people there to help us through the tough times. Squeezed him.
and more recently recorded a hit podcast
I'm LeVar Burton, and this is
called simply
LeVar Burton Reads.
It turns out there are a lot of adults who want LeVar Burton to read to them.
Absolutely. The cupboard was empty, except for macaroni and pumpkin pie filling.
LeVar Burton is 64 now, and a grandfather, and married to makeup artist Stephanie Cozart since 1992.
Hey, thank y'all for coming.
In June 2019, Burton returned to Sacramento for the dedication of a park named after him.
We are making this LeVar Burton Day, and this will be LeVar Burton Park.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody.
Just the latest honor in a life filled with accolades and driven by purpose.
Yeah, it seems like all these things you've handled with such grace.
Thanks. I'm blessed. I've lived an amazingly charmed existence. I really have, and I'm grateful.